Yo, he's back. He is back. What's good, Knicks family? We lost last night to the Cleveland Cavaliers. And in the worst scenario and the worst look possible. And I'm very frustrated by that. So before I go over my rant, check this out.
I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal for how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Yo, that is the Invisible People by Divine Sons. Shout out to Dan Johns for giving me permission to use that. That's the homie right there. When I first heard it, I was like, yo, there's no other intro that I like to use to come on to. Not that none of the other intros the offers that I got were not dope, because they were. But I just felt like the lyrics and the beat spoke to what it is that we're looking to do. So, hey, shout out to Danny Landis. What's good, Danny Landis? Danny Landis is in the building. Yo, I'm mad frustrated. And I'm sorry for coming on a little later than I expected. Nature calls. Robbie Cano says, salute Freezy, send Peyton to Jupiter for my sanity. Please. I wish I could send them somewhere further for the sanity of all Knicks fans. Danny Landis says, Freezy, what's going on with Mr. Defensive Stopper, Money Mitch? I have no idea. Randall taught me what's good. Finally, we get what's good. Randall taught me. What's good? Shout out to Randall Taught Me. Shout out. So, yesterday was a weird day, right? So, first of all, it was Uncle Freezy's birthday. So, shout out to Uncle Freezy for having a birthday. Yo, and secondly, we had Orlando Hudson on, former MLB All-Star, Gold Glover, and all the accolades, all those awards, whatever it is that he won, man. But I know him as a good guy. You know what I'm saying? One of the good dudes. I mean, for real too. Now, when I say one of the good dudes, I mean for real. Like, he ain't like one of the dudes. He ain't like one of the dudes that you know what I'm saying, you walk up on and he gonna big time you with have a mink coat on and 9 diamond rings and 18 people follow him around and all kind of stuff, man. My man is just regular folks like us. Except he's not a regular folk just like us. Yo. Yep, so shout out. Jason Alba says it's time to accept that this team was really never good. And happy belated birthday wishes to Uncle Freezy. But the thing, yesterday was weird, man. We tried to get Orlando on, and we had crazy difficulties, tech difficulties, which was frustrating, man. because you hate to have that when you have a guest on. You know what I'm saying? You hate to have that happen when, like for instance, hey, I'm good right now, right? I'm super good. Y'all can hear me and everything. The camera looks super crispy. Everything is good. I can read everything that y'all saying. You know what I mean? But then when we had a guest on, man, it just things just kind of started slow. Dripmore is in the building. What's good, Freezy? Is a Freezy birthday weekend. Yep. So I'm gonna have this live stream be short because Miss Mocha is mad at me that I didn't, be Mr. Mocha yesterday. I was on here talking about Kevin Knox and Obi Toppin. So I'm gonna try to keep it to about an hour. And then that way I can be in her good graces again. Y'all know how it works. Randall taught me, says team, no sleep. Right. I would say no sleep till Brooklyn. But in that no sleep till Brooklyn with the Beastie Boys, there was a victory at the end. For us, not so much. Guzman! What's good? Hey, Guzman, man, we may have to get you a segment, bro. We may have to get you a segment, bro. Because I feel what it is that you're either what you're saying stuff that I don't agree with in a really cool way, or what you're saying is fascinating. It's one of them. You know what I'm saying? It's like either way, this dude Guzman is built for this. Ronald Miller is in the building. Ronald Miller, fresh off the fatal four-way experience from last night. Hey, man, I didn't want to drag you into it. Man. But at the same time, I didn't like the fact that everybody was just hammering down on that point, talking all over each other. It kind of got ridiculous. So instead of smoke being all over the place, how about we just take it to the ring? That's what I felt. Instead of us talking 3 hours and around each other about the topic, I was like, you know what? Let's mix it up. Randall taught me, says, woke up puzzled like, damn, we lost to the Cavs. Yep. We have good. Dripmore says we have good parts, but just like new engine, they gotta break in. Yep. Zach's coach's desk. What's good, Zach? What's good? Decius Thomas. What's good, Freezy and the Knicks family? You share the day with MLK. Blessings. Yep, I sure do. Yep, I sure do. Ronald Miller salutes the chat. Randall taught me, says, I never missed Frank so much. Oh, I'm about to get on that in a few minutes. I'm about to get on that. I'm about to get on Frank in a little bit. But first, I want to get on. First, I want to get on this dude, Tom Thibodeau. At some point, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to stop saying that Julius Randle that can't play 40 minutes. And at some point, we're going to say, trying to get the lighting right. At some point, we're going to stop talking about RJ can't shoot. At some point, we're going to stop talking about Dennis Smith Jr. At some point, we're going to stop talking about Knicks history. At some point, we're going to stop making excuses. At some point, we are going to become accountable. James Jen in the building. Hey, James Jen, listen. It's only 10 million of us. It's only 10 million of us with the same name. Everywhere you go, you see an Uncle Freezy. Everywhere you go. Yeah, hey, that's a joke from yesterday. That was just a joke from yesterday. I couldn't help myself. Hey, it's all tongue in cheek too. But let me get back to my thing. At some point, we are going to stop blaming everybody and start pointing the blame at somebody. Right? At some point, we're going to stop blaming everybody. Oh, Frank, it took Frank. Kevin Knox can't go to the basket. RJ can't shoot. Mitch needs to start shooting threes. At some point, we're going to get beyond that and start speaking to the obvious. Tom Thibodeau may be past his prime. And I ain't trying to hurt no feelings out there because I know there are a lot of Tom Thibodeau fans. And I'm one of them. I'm a Thibodeau fan, right? But at some point, we're going to have to start pointing the finger at somebody. Instead of running into a room and pointing the finger at everybody like, RJ can't shoot. Elfrid Payton sucks as a point guard. Knox should be starting. Knox doesn't play defense. He's too soft. Obi might be a bust. Taj Gibson is too old. Nerlens Noel is too small. Mitchell Robinson needs to start shooting threes instead of doing all of that every day. At some point, we're going to have to point the finger at somebody. That somebody is Tom Thibodeau, everybody. At some point, you have to make serious adjustments as a head coach. I was okay after 5 games or whatever. After 5 games, I'll forget our record, but whatever. I know at one point we were 5-3. At one point we were 0-2. When we were 0-2, I'm like, okay. I ain't hurt. And when we were 0-2, I was like, I ain't hurt because I understand where we are. But the further along we get into the season, the more I see significant flaws are not being corrected. Right? Hey, so yesterday I was watching the broadcast, and as soon as I heard the starting lineup, at point guard, at 6'4", from Louisiana, Elfrid Payton, I was like, you know what? This dude is stuck in the early 2000s. As soon as I heard Elfrid Payton's name, I knew it would be Elfrid Payton, RJ Barrett, Reggie Bullock, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson. As soon as I heard that, as soon as I heard the broadcast say, I watched the Cleveland broadcast. Right? No big deal. Right? As soon as I heard I watched the Cleveland broadcast was like, yeah, Elfrid Payton is struggling shooting. This has been like 10 straight games or 10 games this year where he's struggling. And they were like, RJ is struggling from the floor. And they were like, not Kevin Knox from the corner. That's his shot right there. You can't leave him unguarded. Kevin Knox for 3, book it. And I was like, you know what? How does the Cleveland broadcast know that Kevin knocks his money from the corner and we don't? You heard me? How does the Cleveland Cavaliers broadcast know that Kevin knocks his money from the corner three and us not know it? Knicks fans. I'm frustrated, y'all. I'm not frustrated by the progress of the young guys. That's stuff like that don't frustrate me. Because I you need time to grow. That don't frustrate me. But Tom Thibodeau is frustrating me with these rotations, with how he's playing Austin Rivers. I'm frustrated about how he's playing Austin Rivers. That frustrates me. And y'all gonna ask me why, right? I don't know. I don't know if. Hey, what's up, Zach? What's happening?
How you doing, Miss Freezy?
How you doing, Mr. Zach?
Oh, Saturday morning cartoons with the little one.
Oh, I love it.
He's eating his breakfast now, so I get a little minute to myself,
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. Let me. So I'm going into this thing about Tom Thibodeau and how Tom Thibodeau is frustrating me.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
perfect guy to talk to about that. Let me tell you.
Yeah. So before I mix it up, man, with Thibodeau, to let the world know how you feel about Tibbs.
All I know is I like Tibbs a lot. I always have. Partially because I'm a hard-nosed coach and I really get on my players, and I'm like I might not be like I'm an X's and O's guy, but I'm more of a motivational, type of. Be hard on the kids, but let them know you're loved, right. And that's kind of what I think what Thibodeau's like. He's always going to be breaking down film.
Right.
He's married to the game, really.
Right.
That's all he's got, and he gives it its all. And I can respect a guy that, and plus he's a proven commodity too. If you think about it, like compared to Derek Fisher and Jeff Hornacek and Mike Miller, David Fisdale, all the guys we've had. At least this guy has a resume, so you could say, if the players don't believe in you, Google me. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's got that credibility with the players. Like when he asks you to do something, there's a reason why.
Right.
And I just, does he have his flaws? Yes, every coach does.
Right.
But I feel like he hasn't had a whole lot of time to implement his system, whatever that may be, and he's still learning the players. So I think this season, almost like, I hate to bring up my Cowboys, Mike McCarthy, we looked awful. He didn't look the best either.
Right.
And it's just, I think it's going to take a while. I think it's going to take a while. Salute, man. I just think it's going to take a while for him to get used to the players and the scheme and for them to really gauge where he's coming from.
Right.
Hey, Zach, good morning. Good morning, Freeze. It'll be quick. I mean, I'm staying, but I just want to get my intro in real quick. Jack, you my champ. You won last night, player, but I ain't even going to bring up that. Trust me.
Hey, we already know.
It was rigged, baby. You won last night.
It's all right. Hey, Kevin did good, too. I got
No. I got to give him his prize. He was fire first round. I got to give it to him. I vote fairly. But in the third round, he mentioned Bullock, Reggie Bullock. And it was about Knox. And so, to me, he was DQ, but you was fire. You came out the blocks a little shaky, but you got stronger as it went on.
Hey,
but let me say this. To me, you and Chuck, Zach, we got something very special in common. And I've been keeping this in private because there's no reason to have this conversation. But me, you, Chuck, are both Knicks, Cowboys fans. Go Cowboys. Jerry Jones sell a team. I've been a fan since 1979. I'm not a big fan of yours, Jerry Jones. Go Cowboys. Good morning, Freezy.
Who's your baseball team? Who's your baseball team, G.I.?
I'm a Mets fan.
Oh, you ruined it, bro. You ruined it.
Yankee.
You could have had something special, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you and Chuck got something special. Y'all all three. But good morning. I'm here. I got my blonde here. Hey, I'm going to tell you something. I don't know how you do it, Freezy, because I'm running on fumes, man. Because I had to see the 1 minute bars was something I had to deal with last night.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here running on fumes now, but I'm here. Good morning.
Hey, man. So first of all, what I wanted to say to you is doing your show in the mornings is an honor for me. I'm glad to have you come on as much as you do, and the fans genuinely appreciate you, man. So you bring balance to this Knicks morning drive, and they appreciate you. They don't appreciate you as much as I do, you know what I'm saying? But they do. They appreciate you.
Yo, shout out to the chat. Love to everybody.
Yeah, man. They love you in here. They love you in here, man. This is your joint, you know. So they love you in here. They love your takes, and they love how you ain't scared to mix it up. How you ain't scared to take them gloves off. So yeah, man. So good morning to you and appreciation, brother. I'm frustrated with you though.
He buttered you up.
No. I didn't butter him up for that. I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated with him because he didn't get the chance to talk to Orlando Hudson yesterday. You didn't. I wanted you to talk to Orlando Hudson some yesterday.
I thought when you said you and Gmo was what you call it, when you and Gmo was doing it, I thought y'all was doing a lot, so I went and played golf.
Nah, man, this is. I
was gonna catch the replay later today. I thought it was something special because you know when you got a special guest. I didn't know you was opening the panel.
Nah. So first of all, how did you shoot yesterday?
Bro, I gotta get it together. In fact, I'm going to the range, man. I shot another 86, man. I lost money again, man. I gotta tighten up.
You shot an 86. Wow, that's way better than me. I'm probably exactly. So he's better than me. I'm probably in that.
Me too.
Yeah, so I'm probably in that 100, 101. But I'm gonna shoot 100, 101 regardless, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm not gonna fluctuate. I'm not gonna be like I'll shoot 90, I'll shoot 110. You know what I'm saying?
I fluctuate because I was a baseball player growing up. So when you golf as a baseball player, you slice it.
Yeah,
I'm a 9.5 on the index.
Okay. All right, and so that's based off of a club that you're a member of, or do you do it online?
So I am a member of 2 golf clubs. One I care about more than the other. We keep our handicap in both, but I keep my handicap. I log my scores. Except in the wintertime, I don't log my scores from January to April, but I log my scores from January to March. I log my scores from April to December.
Okay.
And that's my index, pure handicap.
Okay. Yeah, because some of us do it on the internet. It's a site, I forget what the name of it is. But anyway, it's because we play so many different courses. You know what I'm saying? Like we play so many courses.
It's called the Gen system.
Yeah. So here's the thing, and I'm gonna get off golf, but I just want to say this. The reason why while I shoot 100 is because of the clubs that I use. It's because of the club. No.
With you, it's the equipment, not the carpenter. It's the tools.
Right.
With me, it's the carpenter, not the tools. With you, it's the tools, and not the carpenter. I'm with you, Freeze.
Right, because I plateaued at 100. Because what I do, because what happened is I hurt my back a while ago, and so I went from a guy that was hitting it a long way in the bushes to a guy that's hitting it a short way and straight. You know what I'm saying? And so but anyways, basically, you know, I'm stuck at 100. I probably do need to adjust my clubs. I need to go to a outfitter and have my clubs custom to my swing is what I'm doing. And plus, when you get older, hey baby,
hey, what's baby. Up, champ? What's the deal, champ?
Y'all watching cartoons?
No,
we aren't anymore. He said he wanted to be on here. He said he wanted to say hi.
Hey, do your thing.
Buddy.
Hey.
Peace. I had to come in the car because my kids was like, Dad, you ain't waking us all up. Every room I went to, they watched TV on the weekend somewhere when they ain't supposed to. They in my man lab. They all over the house. And if I go in their room and get comfortable, then here they come. So
Here they come.
I said, let me go jump in the car, have my tea.
Hey, Pete, little man's a Cowboys fan too, aren't you?
Cowboys. It's been rough days. We gotta get it right, man. You're gonna have a tough. I grew up in the '70s, so I had the '90s, boy. You couldn't tell me nothing. It's been some rough years. Hang in there, homie. We're gonna get Jerry Jones' tail out of there. Jerry Jones gotta go.
Hey, Orlando said yesterday that he was gonna go see Jerry Jones and talk to him about getting that cornerback from Alabama.
I'm surprised he did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was there. Yeah. No, we gotta do something. We gotta sign that.
Yeah.
Gotta sign that. We got no choice, right? So you know, we got a lot of moves to make. Now, I don't want to make this because man, we on the New York Knicks channel talk about the Cowboys. You're not gonna get me hated, right? I done built a little bit of you know,
cachet
myself. Yeah, some cash. Yeah, I ain't about to just throw it all out the window. So we're gonna keep talking Cowboys. But I am pro trading Ezekiel Elliott. You don't give a running back $50 million and think you're gonna win. So I am pro trading Ezekiel Elliott, but I'll leave it at that. That's my last Cowboy comment.
Do you guys think I failed as a father because my kid loves Kevin Knox?
No. I think loving Kevin Knox is right now is the right time so that they can both grow together. I think that they could both grow together. You know what I'm saying? Because when Kevin Knox hits his prime, the kid's gonna be hitting his prime at school. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So here's what I'm gonna say. My man, keep watching the games. Because what's going to happen is I think you're going to turn to becoming a Emmanuel Quickly fan or RJ fan, somebody who's going to stay around. Right now, we cool with Kevin Knox, but I just can't promise you he's going to hit any strides, though. But he does have a very beautiful jump shot. If you're a young man who likes the jump shot part of the game, then watch Kevin Knox. He has a very beautiful release. Yeah. How'd I do there? Was that PC enough?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, little man. You ready? You get off here. Have you had your time?
Yeah.
Say hi.
Yeah. All right, boss.
Well, Kevin Knox is not that good. And are you saying he's good? He's not.
Yeah, we got some color now. Kevin W.
A truther. We have a truther.
My 5-year-old gonna handle my business. He gonna beat you.
Yo, Kevin W. Where you at, baby? Kevin W. Zach came back with a tag fit. He went, I tell you, I was the champ. See, I picked the right horse to back. And then he woke up in the morning, tapped in. That's a true champion. He doing the morning interviews. Kevin W. sleeping in. Freezy, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. We want to recount on this network. Zach. Yo, last night, we hope you had good insurance, Freezy. When we heard Zach wasn't a winner, we started tearing the venue up, man. You got out of there. Yo, you got out of there with the security. We was in the back ripping the walls down.
Slipped out the back door. Hey, I called the ruling and slipped out the back door. Helicopter on the roof. Helicopter on the roof.
I forget which Super Bowl. I think that was the Super Bowl or something. They had to escort the refs off with security. They was looking for you, Freezy. We tried to get to your vehicle. You had armed security guards. We was throwing stuff. Kevin W., man, he definitely had to duck out of there. We tried to steal a trophy back. Zach.
Hey, that was good. I think.
That's the champ right here. This much. Nobody else.
But I was telling Zach yesterday in that second round. Hold on.
Hey, little buddy, your dad won last night. I don't know what it is. See, what happens is, like LeBron James is the most popular player in the league. So everybody wants him to win. Your dad went up against like a LeBron James type guy last night. And because of that, everybody voted for him over your dad. Your dad is my champ, buddy. He's my champ last night.
So Zach, so you're saying Zach Staten is the people's champ?
No,
He's the people's champ.
Oh
Chuck's the people.
wow!
No. For last night's battle. I just taking one battle at a time. Man, you're only as good as your last battle, right?
Right.
You're only as good as your last battle. So we only talk about last night. We'll see. Cause me, listen. I'm a color commentator, but I'm also still active with these hands. Yeah, me and Zach might end up in the ring one day. So right now, I'm just giving him his flowers for last night. You know what I mean? And keeping my eye
we
on
don't
him
want
'cause
you,
you're
G.I. We don't want you in there. We don't want you in there with these guys, man.
I gotta hang my gloves
Hey,
up.
it's two ways. It works two ways. Like I gotta kind of protect them from you, right?
Oh.
So I gotta protect them from you,
no,
right?
I want that.
And at the same time, we don't want. And the second part is we don't want cats just willy nilly walking up saying that they want smoke with GI. You know what I'm saying?
No, you can't just step up your weight class. You don't just do. You don't just step up your weight class.
Right.
Oh, come on, GI. I got you. My little
Right.
Like Milo.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but so
You got
to
show. He's a fan.
Yeah, man. What we try to do, man, is have it be for the people. This is the people's show. You know what I'm saying? So, how do y'all feel about me going in on Tom Thibodeau? I know GI's gonna say it's way too early. It's only 13 games. I'm here to tell you that some things are egregious. Like some things are egregious, right? Like failing to make adjustments in certain areas when you went 6, 7, 8 games, seeing the same failure and the fans are booing because they hate to see like your offense features Elfrid Payton for 3. Your offense features Elfrid Payton for 3. Not as the first option now, of course not. Of course, we know Elfrid Payton is not ISOing to get a 3. But the offense features when Julius Randle has to pass that ball, Elfrid Payton is one of those guys that he has to pass out to for an open 3-point look. Why can't we make an adjustment there? Because Elfrid Payton's not going to become a great 3-point shooter. And what he does on offense does not offset the fact that he's on the floor. You know what I mean? At some point, we have to think to ourselves, like, why are we still featuring the offense with Elfrid Payton?
No, I'm not saying he's perfect, man. He got his flaws, definitely. But all I'm saying is, he didn't get a normal off.
But Zach, what I'm saying is this though. This is what I'm talking about. So Julius Randle catches that ball on the elbow, and as soon as he looks at the rim, the defense knows to go double team. Right, Julius Randle comes up top, right off of Julius Randle's elbow for Elfrid Payton to take that screen and be open at the top of the key. Why is that Elfrid Payton?
I don't know why the organization re-sign him. Why can't nobody beat him out for the starting spot? Quickly's getting there, but I believe Quickly will get there. It's just Thibodeau's trying to bring him along the right way. I think he's not trying to just throw him into the fire, which he's the type that you probably should throw into the fire. I think he's just being cautious.
Right. And so I thought it was happenstance when I first saw it the first couple times. I was like, oh, okay. When that happened, that was smart by Mitchell Robinson to pop up top to clear out the paint, right? So Julius could drive if he wanted to. But then after a second, third time, I'm like, okay, Mitchell Robinson comes up top to screen. But here comes Elfrid Payton, who was in the corner for Julius Randle to pass to. But once he's double teamed, he comes around that screen at the top of the key. Elfrid Payton for 3.
But notice you said double team. So they're intentionally double teaming him these guys watch way more film than we do. That's number one. But first, let me go back to the coach. First of all, y'all know there's certain things I say that I give up because only a fool tries to speak to things that they don't know. I can't assess talent before they step on an NBA court. Once they step on an NBA court, let me watch them a little while. I can tell you whether they can stick in the NBA or not in the system. Right. I also can't assess coaches. I love the Fizdale hire. I didn't want Mike Miller to be fired. and I'm as excited as everybody else is Tibbs about what I saw, right? So I'm not going to get into too much coaching stuff, right? But I will say, I know this about pro sports. You got to take what the other team is giving you. And I understand this is where, because I think it's going to come back to who do you want Tibbs to put out there? Quickly's getting minutes. I'm not in front of my computer. You know me, I'll run the stats. Quickly's getting minutes. Outside of who was he supposed to put out there? Where is Austin Rivers? I haven't seen the Austin Rivers sighting since. So I don't want to get too much into the players' freeze because I know you got a platform. But I'm just saying, what does Tibbs have to work with? And that's my only thing. At this point, I don't know how many games. Before I jump on Tibbs, I also need to hear from management because football is classic, right? Coach goes out and coaches. You know he has no say in the very limited say. I heard y'all give him some Bill Belichick last night. Y'all was talking Bill Belichick. I think it's as it relates to the Cowboys. Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick conversation last night. That was pretty deep, right? Like you said, Belichick. I don't know how much say Tibbs has got in the roster. There's a lot going in before I could just slam Tibbs now. Did he know? Is he the tank commander for this year? You know, I haven't set my expectations yet. But if you want to murder him, I'm going to sit back. But I'm just going to probably be quiet on this topic because I just don't have enough intel and data to participate in that conversation.
Another one to throw back at you, Freezy. Maybe he's coming into the situation, right? And most of these guys he hasn't coached before, obviously. So you got a situation where he might say, when he truly means this, clean slate. And he gives the veterans who have been in the longest, who have put the most time in, full confidence to say, if it's open shot, shoot the ball. I don't think any of these guys really have had this much of confidence instilled in them. Like you're going to be the starting point guard. And then, Alfred, if it's open, shoot the ball. Because I guarantee his other coaches weren't saying that.
Right.
And give it 20 games. His plan going in might have been give it 20 games. And let's see if they've made improvements or if they need to go. And I feel like he's struggling with that already because it's not 20 games in and he's already playing Quickly way more minutes.
Right.
And ready to put Quickly in the starting lineup. I think he just truly meant clean slate. Who's going to work the hardest in practice is who's going to get the minutes. And maybe since they're veterans, they know what it takes to work hard and to go through NBA practices, what NBA coaches want. They might know how to wow the coach enough in practice for him to keep blindly throwing him out there.
Right. So,
by the way, mic check. Am I coming through good, Freeze? Mic check. Okay. Thank you.
So my thing is I don't want to slam Thibodeau. What I'd like to do though is ask the question. Like some of these, so we have questions that need to be answered. You know what I mean? And not in a sense like we're going to storm the castle. Oh yeah, for sure. You see we rapping. Yeah. So
I'm slacking, but I got New York on me anyway.
Zach's same shirt, except yours is orange and mine is the gray one.
Yep. So I'm asking a question. I'm not ready to storm the castle, right? After 40 games of this mess, I'm storming the castle. I'm here to tell you.
Me too.
But the thing is I just want to ask certain questions. Like, has the game passed Thibodeau by, or is this a mess by design? Like for instance, when you look at paintings, when you look at Leonardo da Vinci in Life Expression, you see the steady hand and steady imagination of a guy that can basically take life and put it on canvas. And then you watch Van Gogh do the same thing in a weirdo sense, in a bizarro sense. Like when you see Da Vinci can take this live stream and paint it, and it'll look exactly the same, except with paint. But then if you ask Van Gogh to do it, then it's gonna look different. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna look like we were on LSD, but it's still gonna be neat. You know what I'm saying? It's still gonna be a good painting. So I'm asking, is Tom Thibodeau Da Vinci or Van Gogh in this scenario where both are extremely, extremely talented, right? Extremely talented. So is he going down this road of I know what I have here, but I have a proven system. I just want to implement my system and then see what the results are? Or is he saying, I know what I'm doing. What y'all see is not what you really see. You need to give it some time for you to understand what it is that I'm doing.
So my answer is neither. He's a kindergartner. He's neither of those guys. He's a kindergartner painting with his hands on the board. He's put his hands in the paint. He just doesn't have the tools. Like we said earlier, is it the carpenter or is it the tools? He doesn't have the tools yet until he gets more talent. I would love to see Alex Burks back because I just think Alex Burks is really going to help us break this. But if Alex Burks comes back and looks good and looks bad, man, I'm just going. I just think again, I got to stay consistent. It was a great question, but it's just too early for me to assess Tibbs. It just really is, especially knowing the talent yet.
Right.
It could be because like him and Leon are so close, and maybe he went to Leon as soon as he got hired. You know, after that mini bubble they had, that little, like sort of training camp, not really.
Right.
And guys like Bobby Portis and, you know, all the guys, Alfred Payton, were there. And he might have went to Leon and said, we need better talent. You need to give me somebody. Trade for somebody. Do this. Do what you got to do to give me somebody. And he might have said, no, we're staying the course. We like who we have right now. You know, he might be proving to Leon, this is who you wanted. This is who you signed. You got to give me better.
Right. So that's the thing. That's the fascinating point here, man, because so I hate to say this every live stream because it sounds like after a while it sounds like I'm being arrogant, but I'm not. Right. My thing is every day that we wake up, every day that we walk in a gym, every time we put jerseys on, our goal should be to win. Right. Right. So and I say that every live stream, and I don't want people to think that I'm trying to beat a dead horse because I'm not. But what my point is that the facts point to we are not a winner and maybe not even headed in the right direction. Right. And so my frustration is, hey, so Kaiser Sose, I see you. What's good? SJ the third, SJ3, what's good? Anthony 212. What's good? What's good? I see y'all. So
salute to the chat.
Yeah, salute. So my question is more of a why are we not looking to win every day type scenario? Because in the scenario that Zach said just now, which is valid, which is what probably 90% of the fan bases thinks is what's going on. Why, or if that's the case, why the coach and the front office are not on the same page when it comes to talent? You know what I'm saying? It makes me think that there is some level of dysfunction, not because of what Zach said, not because of Zach, but I mean, if that's the direction, if the coach has to shut up and coach, then why did we bring him here to lose?
Because Tibbs, I think it's a clash. I think Leon's building. You hear Leon, right? And he always talks about building for the future, draft picks,
right?
This and that and the other. Tibbs is the exact opposite. He's more like you and I think is you got to win every time you step on the court. You got to try to win now at all costs.
Right.
And I feel like they're going to clash with that, but I also feel like they're close enough and they have a good working relationship and probably a good personal relationship where give it a little bit of time and they'll work out their differences. And I think it'll end up a beautiful marriage, you know, as far as an organization goes.
Guys,
a little early.
Guys.
Yeah.
Breezy. Memo to self. The Knicks have been dysfunctional since Isaiah Thomas walked into the building. Okay? Since him and Dolan fell in love with each other. And that dysfunction has just kept rolling and rolling and rolling. So, in fairness, we gotta slow down because Rose and Tibbs are two that I don't know if we trust them or not because I had the same feeling about Rose and Tibbs right now that I had in Leon Worldwide West as I have with Phil Jackson. every president in the past since Donnie Walsh has walked into clear dysfunction. You do not walk in and say, dysfunction be gone. I wave a magic wand. Dysfunction gone. I'm fixing this overnight. The talent acquisition process, it's a process. And we had talent all this time, we wouldn't have been losing. Because I've seen talented organizations win within dysfunction. But there's no way we can expect Leon to come in March and Tibbs to come in. And when did Tibbs get hired? July. And no training camp, COVID restrictions, and then say dysfunction be gone. So unless I heard you wrong, Freezer, it sounds like you were trying to pinpoint the dysfunction on roles and management and Tibbs. That was a question. You posed the question that way. I just got to remind Knicks fans, young and old, you've been dysfunctional for a long time, and you don't get to just wipe up, and you don't get to just go in, wake up in the morning, and wash your face and think that dysfunction is going to be gone. You got to go through a cleansing.
We've been on a rebuild that never ends.
Right. So that's
how many good proven people, like Isaiah Thomas was a proven winner as a player. Phil Jackson was a proven winner as a coach. No matter how many proven guys come in, we're just on this rebuild that never ends. I just hope it ends at some point in my lifetime.
Right. And so what I was alluding to was not the history of James Dolan. What I was pointing to is what we have right now. I'm talking about like
Freezy.
Right
when
now.
did I say? But Freezy, that was unfair, brother. I never used the name James Dolan. I named every president. I named Isaiah Thomas. I just said his relationship with James Dolan. He should have been fired like the rest. James Dolan fires people quick. But I never said the dysfunction of James Dolan. I don't put it on James Dolan. Yeah, but you're saying you want. Well, my response to the question is, Freezy, respectfully, because you're saying I'm not blaming James Dolan. But if you heard me, you can't start dysfunction. Just didn't start overnight. I'm saying that those guys didn't start dysfunction. It's been here. They have to erase dysfunction. But let me shut up.
Right. No, that's not. But that's not what I was talking to my original point. I wasn't referring to what you said when I brought up the James Dolan thing. What I was talking about is the beginning here with Leon Rose and Tom Thibodeau, right? So Zach said they may not be on the same page. Like, one guy is looking forward to the future and the other guy wants to win now. And what I'm saying is there is some level of dysfunction there because both should be on the same page. So you did say James Dolan and Isaiah Thomas, right?
No, I said that's the time. Freezy, listen to me. I said the one time I mentioned James Dolan is because Isaiah Thomas should have been fired before he cost us a $50 million sexual harassment lawsuit. Now, I don't want to go back deep. I'm just still pissed. With Isaiah Thomas. So that's the only reason I brought up Dolan. But then I went on and on and on. But again, my response to that, and I'm glad you reset the tone. I'm still saying we're only 10 games in. You don't come in and tank for 15 games in. You don't come in and tank so you can. So the goal is we can't ask this question until week 40, until game 40. If we're 10 and 30 after 40 games, and Tibbs is still going out there trying to win or not even 30, 25, 30. And Tibbs on game 32 is still going out there trying to win, and he ain't playing those young guys. Cool, but you don't ask nobody to set a losing mentality, and you trying to change the culture 15 games in. Again, my original response saying you can't try to lose and play young guys now. You got to try to win now.
Yeah, it's like I know we kill Alfred Payton, and I know we kill Bullock, and rightfully so. But we don't have anybody. I mean, Quickly's playing better, but we don't have anybody on their roster that you could sit there and say, let's plug them in. Let's plug player X in for player Y, and we'll make the playoffs. You know what I mean? We might be better. That doesn't mean like it's going to solve all our problems. Emmanuel Quickly, as good as he is, he doesn't solve all of our problems.
Sorry about that. My dog was going haywire over us. Yeah, over us talking about Tom Thibodeau. He was like, "What'd you say?" So nah, man. So the thing is what I'm getting at is not even like the stuff that deep. What I'm talking about is NBA teams with the best athletes in the world scrap eloquent defenses and go to the 2-3 zone, which is a high school zone to stop teams from scoring, right? And we watch that, right? And the front office does nothing. The front office like, here's your adjustment to the 2-3 zone. I'm gonna cut Amari Spellman and bring in Taj Gibson. That's the adjustment we make to teams going straight 2-3 zone against us. You know what I mean? When teams want to slow us down, they go to the 2-3 zone. That's the reason why we don't have pace. The reason why we don't have pace is because teams will, instead of letting us get into pick and roll offense or triangle offense, they go to the 2-3 zone. Now we slow the pace all the way down. Now it's like being in the school zone. You went from doing 45 to get to going 25, right? And so we can't make any adjustments. Tibbs is like, well, what do you want me to do? You want me to let Alfred Payton shoot the other team out the zone? That ain't gonna happen. Let's work the ball around and see if we can get some. And so the front office is looking at this mess after 13 games, and their answer to it is, well, let's cut Amari Spellman and bring in Taj Gibson. Really?
So the reason we don't play with pace is because of the talent we have. If we play with pace, with Alfred Payton and Emmanuel Quickly, those 13, 14 turnovers a game would turn to 25 turnovers a game. If we play with pace with R.J. Barrett handling the ball more, just with Julius Randle doing more in the opening court, he's trying to control the game. A la Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson said the same thing to Melo. We got to play with pace because then guess what? We become a better defensive team. That's why we're still ranked 10th. But our eyes tell us we can't stop. Amadou Diallo will go crazy on us, right. even though we're the great defensive team. Cedi Osman, who, by the way, we had to do a lot of double teaming last night on Drummond. If not, and that double teaming, some kick, and that's what we were hoping we could do with Randall. We were hoping we could put Randall down low. People would double team him, and we swing that ball around. But they responded by saying, Randall is the only player that can beat us. Guess what? We can stop him with a 2-3 zone. Now shoot us out of it. Yeah. Shoot us out the zone with R.J. Barrett, Alfred Payton, and Reggie Bullock. I dare you.
Yeah, and if he coached a team like
the
Prime Warriors, I bet you his coaching would be different.
Yep.
And his teams would be different because it's about the talent you have.
Right. And the most eloquent part of what G.I. just said, out of all that stuff he said, is I dare you to shoot us. I dare you. That's to me, that was all of it was good. But the daring part is the part that sticks with me. So I'm gonna just be on for like a couple of more minutes, man. I'm gonna go spend some time with Miss Mocha, right?
Yeah, I'm good with that this morning too.
But the part that frustrates me, man, is
shout out to Miss Mocha. Happy belated birthday, Freeze. Happy belated birthday, King.
Hey, I've been opening presents the whole time since late Thursday night, all the way through to right now. So y'all see me looking down, doing stuff. My dog want to romp through wrapping paper. Yeah, if anybody with a pet, I don't know what it is about wrapping. With wrapping paper on the floor, they feel like it's Disneyland. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
We'll give him a gift and he'll play with the box that came in.
Right, exactly. The whole time. So I'm a wrap up here, man. The Thibodeau thing is it is what it is. But I want to leave y'all with a question. I don't want the answer today. Right? I don't want the answer today because I want y'all to think about this some. And save y'all answers for blowing tears, by the way, because I know sometimes, man, the conversations on other places, kind of get to. But here's my question. what does a real Tom Thibodeau point guard look like? And is it feasible for us to get one? Is Cade Cunningham that Tom Thibodeau point guard? Right? I just want to leave y'all with that, man. I ain't gonna ask y'all for your answer or whatever. I'm gonna go in here and hug the missus and get this wrapping paper off the floor before my dog feels like he's in heaven. And I'll holler at y'all later on. Hey, peace to the chat, everybody.